The tension between Karlissa Saffold and Chrisean Rock has officially hit a breaking point, and this time, it's gone way beyond family drama. After Chrisean's emotional outburst claiming that Blueface was locked up because he spoke bad on their child, Karlissa didn't just respond, she went off like never before. Within minutes of Chrisean's live going viral, Karlissa jumped online with an explosive rant that had fans absolutely stunned. Clapping her hands and pacing in front of the camera, she shouted, "Girl, stop playing the victim. That boy ain't in jail for no baby drama. He in there 'cause of the life he living." But that wasn't the part that broke the internet. What really sent shockwaves was when Karlissa accused Chrisean of using her baby as a sympathy prop, and then claimed she knows exactly what really went down the night before Blueface's arrest. Screenshots, texts, and alleged voice messages started flying across social media. Fans were quick to dissect Karlissa's every word, saying she was exposing things even Blueface didn't want out. Others called her messy, accusing her of throwing her own son under the bus just to stay relevant. Still, Karlissa doubled down. On Instagram stories, she wrote, "He ain't locked up 'cause of what he said, he locked up 'cause of what he done. Don't blame the baby, blame yourself." That post set off a firestorm, with fans demanding receipts, Chrisean firing back in tears, and Blueface's name trending worldwide yet again. And according to fresh leaks surfacing tonight, Karlissa's rant might have evidently revealed why Blueface's case is getting even messier behind the scenes, and why this family feud just crossed a line it may never. Come back from dot to understand how this feud spiraled into one of the most toxic TID. If you're using like a scanner app and it's like you're gonna die, like look at this. And we all know I've been exploring. And we all know I've been exploring that pie. We come by /M by you at We Come. Jaw-dropping family meltdowns in recent internet memory. You've got to rewind to the long and chaotic history between Karlissa Saffold, her son Blueface, and his on and off flame Chrisean Rock, a triangle of loyalty, betrayal, and non-stop public explosions that's played out entirely online. For years, Karlissa's relationship with her son has been turbulent. She's never been shy about airing their issues for millions to see, calling him out, defending him, and then dragging him all in the same breath. Her infamous quote, "I gave birth to a celebrity, not a saint," came both her trademark and her curse. Then came Chrisean. From the moment she entered Blueface's world, Karlissa made it clear she didn't approve. She called her disrespectful, reckless, and once even accused her of using motherhood as a mask for manipulation. But Chrisean never backed down. Their arguments became public entertainment lives, tweets, and shade-filled interviews that had viewers glued to their phones. It reached its first breaking point last year, when Karlissa posted a video of herself crying, claiming Blueface had chosen the wrong woman and cut his real family off for clout. Chrisean responded within an hour, shouting on Instagram Live, "You was never a real mom to him. You mad 'cause I'm the one he'll love now?" Fans were divided, but the pattern was set. Every family disagreement turned into viral content. So when Blueface was recently taken into custody again, this time under circumstances that seemed murky, even by his standards, Chrisean wasted no time jumping online. In a teary, emotionally charged live, she claimed that Blueface was locked up because he spoke bad on their baby. She told viewers, "He kept disrespecting us. Me and Junior and God don't play about his angels. You talk bad on your own child, God gonna humble you." It was part heartbreak, part accusation, and it sent shockwaves through the fan base. To some, it sounded like divine karma. To others, it was Chrisean, once again weaponizing religion to justify chaos. But Karlissa, she wasn't having it. Within 30 minutes of Chrisean's video going viral, Karlissa went live from her living room, hair wrapped, eyes blazing, and unleashed one of the most unfiltered rants of her life. She started by clapping her hands, each word sharper than the last. "You think you some kind of prophet now? Girl, please. That boy ain't in jail because of your mouth or that baby. He's there because of his own choices." Then, in a tone dripping with disdain, she added, "You always need somebody to blame. First it was me. Then it was his daddy. Now it's his own child. Stop using that baby to cover up your mess." The internet exploded. Comments poured in from both sides, some applauding Karlissa for finally putting Chrisean in her place, others accusing her of being jealous of her own grandchild. Fans noticed Karlissa's face twitch when she said the word baby, sparking theories that she was holding back something she wasn't supposed to reveal. And sure enough, an hour later, she posted an Instagram story that made things worse. "He ain't locked up for talking. He's locked up for the company he keeps. Y'all think this about family? It's about business." That line set off an entirely new wave of speculation. What business was she referring to? And why did she sound so sure that Chrisean didn't actually know the real reason behind Blueface's arrest? Within hours, anonymous insiders began feeding gossip blogs alleged details about Blueface's case, whispers of an old dispute, unpaid debts, and an altercation that had nothing to do with Chrisean or their baby. Screenshots of alleged DMs from Karlissa to a gossip account surfaced, where she reportedly wrote, "He's paying for other people's dirt, not his own." When fans confronted her about those messages, Karlissa doubled down. "I ain't leaking nothing. I'm clarifying. Y'all so busy worshiping chaos, you can't see when a mother telling the truth." Meanwhile, Chrisean refused to let up. She went live again, crying and screaming, saying she was tired of people defending a grown man who don't even love his own blood. She shouted, "You think 'cause you birthed him, you know him? You don't. He disrespected me, our child, and God handled it." The clip hit every major blog within the hour. Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, No Jumper, and Zeus all reposted it, and each comment section turned into a battlefield. Fans flooded in with wild theories, some spiritual, some sinister. "God humbled Blueface" trended alongside "Karlissa needs therapy." But the true chaos began when Karlissa uploaded a second video, calmer this time, but cutting deeper than ever. In the video, she said, "You want to play holy? Then tell the truth. Tell them what you did before he went in. Tell them who called them people. It wasn't me. It wasn't his manager. It was somebody trying to make sure he couldn't come home." That single statement flipped everything upside down. Viewers immediately assumed Karlissa was implying that Chrisean had something to do with Blueface's arrest, that her odd emotional breakdowns weren't just guilt or grief, but possibly cover for involvement. Within minutes, hashtags like hashtag "Did Chrisean call them?" and hashtag "Free Blueface again" took over the internet. Fans demanded proof. Commentators begged Karlissa for receipts. Instead, she dropped another cryptic line, "You think I talk too much? You better pray I don't start showing screenshots." From that point on, things went nuclear. Chrisean's fans began threatening to report Karlissa's account, calling her a liar and a toxic abuser. Karlissa fired back in her comments, "Y'all can cancel me all you want. Truth don't need followers." Meanwhile, Blueface, who'd remained silent up until this point, was reported. That line, "Follow the money," sent fans into a frenzy. What did she mean by that? Who was touching Blueface's accounts? And how did this somehow connect back to Chrisean and the baby narrative? Within hours, self-proclaimed receipts pages began digging. They found a series of alleged transactions linking one of Blueface's small business accounts to a management company associated with Chrisean Rock. The timing lined up exactly with the dates leading up to his arrest. Fans immediately began spinning their own narratives. Chrisean had stolen money. Chrisean had set him up. But the wildest theory came from a YouTuber who claimed to have spoken with one of Blueface's former accountants. According to this alleged source, the IRS had flagged suspicious withdrawals made under entertainment expenses. That didn't match any known tours or recording activity. Those transactions, the YouTuber said, triggered an investigation. And here's where things got insane, because Karlissa decided to confirm it herself. In a fiery Instagram rant, She yelled directly into the camera. "You see? Y'all called me crazy, but I've been new. He ain't in there for no baby mess. Somebody been robbing my son blind while pretending to love him. I ain't saying names, y'all can do the math." Her followers didn't need to do the math. They already knew who she was talking about. The internet exploded again, flooding Chrisean's page with snake emojis and hashtag lock her up comments. Within hours, Chrisean went live, crying, yelling, and defending herself. "I didn't touch that man's money. That's his karma, not mine. Y'all, mama, too old to be messy like this." She shook her head, pacing her house barefoot with her baby in one arm. "Every time I try to grow, she dragged me back down. Blue, not even mad at me. He mad at her. He told me he was done letting her control his life." But then, in a shocking twist, audio leaked from a recorded jail call between Blueface and Karlissa. The clip, just under a minute long, was posted anonymously on X. You could clearly hear Karlissa's voice first. "Calm but sharp. You need to tell the truth about what's really going on." Blueface's voice, distant but recognizable, replied, "Ma, stop talking to blogs. You making it worse. I got it handled." Then came the moment that flipped the internet upside down. Karlissa said, "You got it handled. You ain't even know what account they used till I told you." Fans gasped. If that was real, it meant Karlissa was directly involved in the legal side of Blueface's arrest, and possibly meddling in the ongoing investigation. The clip ended with Blueface muttering, "Stop trying to be my manager, Ma." That one sentence turned into a meme, a rallying cry, and a trending hashtag all in one. Hashtag stop trying to be my manager, Ma. But for Chrisean, it wasn't funny. It was personal. She took to Twitter minutes later, posting, "This lady wanna act like she in charge of everything. She don't even talk to him for real. All this fake love for attention. I'm sick of it." She followed that up with another tweet, one that made everyone's jaws drop. "Blue told me she was the reason he couldn't bail out the first time. Go look that up." Fans did exactly that, and what they found was insane. Court documents revealed that Blueface's initial bail was delayed due to administrative confusion over conflicting financial documentation, reportedly filed by a family representative. While no names were mentioned, everyone knew who that representative had to be. That revelation reignited the war between the fan bases. Karlissa ruined her son's freedom, trended right alongside Chrisean set him up. And then came the twist that nobody was ready for. A new voice message began circulating online, allegedly from an anonymous source inside the LA County holding facility where Blueface was being detained. The voice, muffled but clear, said, "He told people in here that he's in this mess because of two women, one who raised him wrong and one who never grew up." That quote spread like wildfire. It was reposted everywhere, dissected by every gossip YouTuber. And it painted both women in the harshest light possible. Karlissa, never one to stay silent, went live again. This time her energy was colder, less loud, more surgical. She sat at a table staring directly into the camera and said, "He's my son, but I can't protect him from his choices. You can't play gangster and cry Christian at the same time. You reap what you sow." The audience was stunned. It was the first time Karlissa publicly admitted that she wasn't defending Blueface anymore. It almost sounded like she was washing her hands of him entirely. Chrisean, meanwhile, responded with fury. She screamed into her phone, "You jealous 'cause he loved me more than you ever did. You want to act like you care, but you the first one to sell him out." The entire internet split again. One half said Karlissa was exposing the truth. The other said she was jealous of Chrisean's bond with her son. But the real shock came when TMZ published an anonymous tip from a family insider, claiming there was a secret recording that could blow this entire situation open. According to TMZ's report, the recording was a phone conversation between Karlissa and an unnamed manager, where she allegedly admitted to flagging one of Blueface's financial transfers to teach him a lesson. Single sentence changed everything. If true, It meant Karlissa might have been the reason Blueface's accounts were frozen in the first place. Directly contributing to the charges that landed him in jail, the internet lost its mind. Free Blueface from his family trended globally. Reaction videos poured in by the hour. Some fans even started petitions demanding Karlissa be investigated for interference. But then, just when the backlash against Karlissa was at its peak, a new curveball hit the timeline. An anonymous account posted screenshots of messages allegedly between Chrisean and one of Blueface's old security team members' messages suggesting she knew about his pending arrest before it happened. In one, she wrote, "When they finally come get him, don't say nothing. He gotta learn somehow." If those messages were real and people swore they were, it meant Chrisean might have had advanced knowledge of Blueface's situation and said nothing. Now, the entire narrative was spinning out of control. Both women looked guilty. Both women were being accused of betrayal, and Blueface, sitting in jail, hadn't said a word publicly. Then, late that night, something wild happened. Blueface's official X account suddenly posted a single cryptic tweet. "Y'all gone see who really love me when I get out?" Fans lost it. Was that a warning? A declaration? Or a promise of more chaos to come? But what came next, leaked the following morning, would turn everything inside out again and make the internet question everything. They thought they knew about this family. Feud. Because according to a verified source from the Los Angeles County Clerk's office, someone had been visiting Blueface daily for 3 days straight. And that someone wasn't Chrisean. It was Karlissa. When word broke that Karlissa Saffold had been quietly visiting Blueface in jail every day for 3 days in a row, it was like throwing gasoline on an already raging fire. Fans were stunned. After weeks of messy back-and-forths, accusations, and online humiliation, why was she suddenly back at her son's side? Was she trying to fix things? Or control the narrative from the inside? For once, Karlissa didn't run to Instagram to explain herself. No live streams. No subtweets. Just silence. Which, coming from Karlissa, said everything. And that silence sent the internet spiraling. Because when Karlissa goes quiet, that usually means she's about to drop something huge. The blogs went into overdrive. One outlet claimed to have an exclusive tip that Karlissa wasn't just visiting Blueface as a mother, she was there as a witness. The report alleged that Karlissa had been subpoenaed to provide a statement about her son's finances, specifically about who had access to his accounts. If that was true, then it meant Karlissa's cryptic follow the money warning wasn't just gossip, it was evidence. But then, just as fans were starting to process that, Chrisean fired back like a bomb. She went live at 3:17 a.m., mascara running, voice shaking, baby asleep in the background. The clip hit every major gossip page within minutes. That lady is obsessed with me. She ain't visiting him to help, she visiting him to manipulate him. She wanna be the victim now 'cause people dragging her, but she the one who called the police in the first place. That accusation hit like a THUNDERCLAP. Wait, Karlissa called the police? The comments went insane. Where's the proof? Rock reaching again. If that's true, Karlissa going down for this? But then Chrisean dropped what she claimed was her receipt. She held up her phone on live, showing a blurry screenshot of a contact name, Detective H. Lopez, with a call timestamp that fans claimed lined up with the night of Blueface's arrest. Beneath it was a text that read, "Thank you for your cooperation, Ms. Saffold. We'll handle the rest from here." The internet exploded. Now people were asking protection from what? Rumors started to swirl that Blueface had been in serious danger before his arrest from someone in his own circle. And every fan, every blog, every gossip page zeroed in on one suspect. Chrisean comment sections turned vicious. She's toxic. He needs a restraining order. Karlissa knew all along. But then, out of nowhere, Blueface's jail call recordings leaked and they shattered everything. In the call, you could hear Blueface's unmistakable voice. Calm, but clearly irritated. "Ma, You always think you helping. You called them people, didn't you? Karlissa's voice, shaky but defensive, replied, You was spiraling, baby. You was surrounded by snakes. I wasn't gonna lose you to the streets or to her, he sighed. You ain't saved me. You trapped me again. And that was it. The line that broke the internet, you trapped me again. Clips of the audio spread across every platform like wildfire. Within an hour, hashtag you trapped me again was trending globally. TikToks flooded in, fans acting out the call. Podcasters dissecting every syllable. And YouTubers debating who was really telling the truth. Chrisean reposted the clip on her story with the caption, Exactly what I've been saying. She want control over everything, even his downfall. But Karlissa, unbothered, posted right back, That's my son. I can't trap what came from me. He'll understand one day. And then, like clockwork, a new leak dropped this time. An email allegedly sent from Karlissa to Blueface's legal team. In it, she wrote, I can testify about where some of that money went, but you'll need to keep my name out the media. Attached were what appeared to be screenshots of transfers between one of Blueface's old accounts and a company with ties to Chrisean's name, if the emails were legit. It meant Karlissa wasn't lying when she said the case was about money, not family drama. But it also meant she'd turned into a cooperating witness against her son's own partner, the mother of his child. And that's when the backlash hit both women at once. Karlissa's followers dropped by the tens of thousands. People called her toxic, manipulative, and addicted to chaos. Chrisean's fans weren't faring much better. Critics accused her of crying on camera while dodging accountability. In the midst of the madness, something even crazier surfaced. A recorded voicemail left on Blueface's manager's phone. The voice, allegedly Karlissa's, said, If she keeps threatening me online, I'm dropping everything, every receipt, every bank statement, every text. I'm done protecting her. Everyone assumed she meant Chrisean. But when fans enhanced the audio, there was one chilling whisper at the end, barely audible, but unmistakable. And him too. That whisper sent shockwaves. Was Karlissa threatening to expose her own son next? Bloggers started posting theories that Karlissa had collected evidence on Blueface himself, recordings and videos, financial documents, messages, and was holding them as insurance. One gossip site even claimed she'd told a friend, If he ever disrespects me again, I'll show the world who he really is. At this point, the feud wasn't about love, loyalty, or motherhood. It had turned into pure self-preservation. Chrisean seized the moment. She posted a photo of her baby with the caption, The only innocent one in this mess. But the peace didn't last long. Hours later, Karlissa clapped back again with a post so cold, so calculated, that it instantly went viral. The only innocent one. Then why are you crying every night, baby girl? Truth don't make you cry unless it's real. That post racked up nearly 10 million views in a day now. Every outlet was reporting the same thing. Blueface's family feud had gone from messy to criminal. TMZ reported that new evidence was being reviewed by investigators. The Shade Room hinted that a confidential witness had been added to Blueface's ongoing case. Fans were convinced that witness was Karlissa. Meanwhile, Blueface's lawyer released a vague statement saying, Mr. Porter's focus remains on his family and future. We ask the public not to speculate based on incomplete information. But it was too late. The speculation had already turned into a storm, and Karlissa, never one to back down, decided to drop one final message of her own on a black Instagram background. She wrote, I warned him. I warned her. Now I'll let God and the feds finish the job. The caption, No more mother. No more mercy. Fans couldn't believe it. The comments section filled with horror, disbelief, and heartbreak. But the story wasn't done yet. Because later that night, someone hacked into Karlissa's old Twitter account and posted a single tweet before it was taken down. He called me today. He said I was right. Was it real? Was it staged? No one knows. But if Blueface did call her, then this feud isn't cooling off. It's just getting ready to explode again. The morning after that hacked tweet, he called me today. He said I was right. The entertainment world went into collective meltdown. Screenshots spread across every platform within minutes. Bloggers scrambled to verify if it was really Karlissa's account or a fake. News outlets called her phone for comment. Fans flooded Chrisean's comments with one simple question. Did Blueface really call his mom? The silence that followed made everything worse. Neither Karlissa nor Chrisean posted for almost 12 hours. It's a rarity in a feud that had lived entirely online. But the internet refused to let the story rest. Podcasts like No Jumper, Hollywood Unlocked, and The Jason Lee Show dropped emergency. Was it edited? Was it real? Nobody could prove it, but the timing was eerie. Within an hour, Karlissa's account posted a cryptic message, "I'll always watch over mine, even when y'all can't see me." Fans were terrified. Some said it was shade. Others said it sounded like a threat. One viral tweet read, "Karlissa acting like a final boss in a soap opera. Someone take her phone." But then came the biggest revelation yet. An independent journalist for the Daily Wire released a detailed report citing law enforcement sources claiming that the person who first provided Blueface's financial statements to authorities was not Karlissa or Chrisean, but an unnamed third party connected to Blueface's record label. If true, that meant Karlissa wasn't the informant at all, but a convenient scapegoat that the internet flipped again. Karlissa was framed, started trending. Even celebrities who had criticized her began backpedaling. Alisters like Tamar Braxton and K. Michelle posted support messages, calling the situation a tragedy of manipulation. But just when Karlissa started gaining sympathy, she lost it all again with a single live video. Late one night, she went live clearly emotional, wine glass in hand, saying, "I don't care who leaked what. I told the truth. That boy gonna learn to respect his mama, even if it takes losing everything." Then she muttered, almost under her breath, "Maybe jail is the only place he listens." That single sentence reignited every ounce of fury that had finally begun to calm down. Chrisean immediately responded with a chilling tweet. "You don't want war with me. Not spiritual, not physical. Watch." Within 30 minutes, her post was deleted, but not before millions of screenshots spread by morning. Fans were convinced something darker was brewing between these two women. Conspiracy channels on YouTube started claiming Karlissa and Chrisean were both under investigation for interference in a federal case. And then, just as the noise hit its peak, a photo surfaced that shut down the internet all over again. It showed Karlissa walking out of the LA County jail, sunglasses on, face stoic, holding a sealed manila envelope with the label "Evidence Submission." The caption from the photographer, "She smiled when the cameras flashed." That image went everywhere now. The internet isn't asking if Karlissa betrayed her son. They're asking what's inside that envelope. Because word on the street is, what's in there doesn't just affect Blueface or Chrisean. It involves something that could rock the entire West Coast music scene. And according to a leaked DM from a studio insider, that envelope contains video footage. Video that proves exactly who put Blueface behind bars. By dawn, that single photograph, Karlissa Saffold clutching a sealed envelope marked "Evidence Submission," had the entire industry on edge. It wasn't just another viral family fight anymore. It was something bigger, something calculated, something that smelled like payback. Every entertainment blog in LA ran the same headline: "What's in the envelope?" Speculation hit a fever pitch. Some said it was money records. Others swore it was security footage from inside Blueface's studio. But then, one insider dropped a bombshell that nobody saw coming. That envelope don't got papers in it. It's got a flash drive. Within minutes, Twitter turned into a digital courtroom. Theories flew faster than anyone could debunk them. One post claimed the flash drive contained video evidence of a confrontation between Noose or Cute Squeen, Blueface, and a female visitor hours before his arrest. Another claimed it was proof of blackmail. But the wildest theory came from a verified account known for breaking entertainment scandals. The tweet read, "The footage in that envelope doesn't just involve Blueface. It involves THREE people. One of them is Chrisean. One of them ain't supposed to be alive." The internet exploded. Podcasts fired up emergency live streams. TMZ ran a teaser that said Karlissa knows something only the feds have seen. Meanwhile, Karlissa stayed silent. No lives, no rants, no clapbacks. Her silence, once mocked, now terrified people. Then, without warning, Chrisean broke the quiet. She posted a story, just a black screen with a single sentence. "If she dropped that video, I'm dropping mine." That sentence detonated like a bomb. What video? What was she holding? Fans went into panic mode, theorizing that both women were sitting on nuclear-level evidence and whoever dropped theirs first would destroy the other completely. Then came the next leak, an email allegedly between Karlissa's legal rep and the district attorney's office. The message read, "The video submission has been verified. Additional parties are being reviewed for obstruction." Obstruction? That word changed everything, because if that email was legit, it meant somebody, maybe Chrisean, maybe someone else, had interfered with the investigation. And if that video proved it, it could trigger a chain reaction of indictments. Fans started calling it the envelope of doom. But here's where things got even darker. A reporter from Radar Online claimed to have spoken with someone who'd seen a still frame from the video, an image pulled directly from the flash drive. It allegedly showed Blueface inside a studio talking to a woman in a gray hoodie. The woman's face wasn't visible, but the shoes she was wearing? They matched a pair Chrisean had posted in her Instagram story that same night. Within minutes, fans found the exact photo of Chrisean wearing those shoes, time-stamped 3 hours before Blueface's arrest. Coincidence? Maybe. But then Karlissa posted something that sent chills down everyone's spine. It was a black background with white text that read, "Nothing is coincidence when you raise the truth." That post got over 1 million shares in less than 2 hours. People flooded the comments begging her to drop the footage. Some were calling her brave. Others called her evil. But everyone agreed something was about to explode. Meanwhile, reporters outside the courthouse claimed Karlissa arrived that afternoon wearing all white, the same color Chrisean often wore in her live streams. When asked by paparazzi what was in the envelope, Karlissa smiled coldly and said, "You'll find out when she does." That one line broke the internet again. Chrisean, the truth doesn't stay sealed forever. Within an hour, it hit 300,000 followers. Nobody knows who runs it. Nobody knows what they're planning to post. But the description on their first story says it all. If you think this was about a baby, you weren't paying attention. The internet is holding its breath. The fans are watching every move. And somewhere out there, one flash drive, one damning video is waiting to be dropped. Because when this footage leaks, it won't just end a feud. It'll end a family. And now, this entire story sits on a knife's edge. A sealed envelope. A flash drive no one has seen but everyone is terrified of. Two women both claiming to protect the same man while destroying each other in the process. And a silent Blueface watching the empire he built with chaos crumble in real time. So the question is, what happens next? Will Karlissa finally drop that footage and expose everything she's been hinting at for weeks? Will Chrisean make good on her threat and release her own video before Karlissa can? Or will Blueface walk out of jail and flip the entire story upside down, turning mother against mother of his child in one last act of revenge? Right now, every major outlet in Hollywood is circling this scandal like vultures. TMZ's parked outside Karlissa's house. Paparazzi are camping at Chrisean's front gate. Producers from Zeus are reportedly trying to secure both women for a truth-telling special, and fans, they're refreshing feeds every 30 seconds, praying or panicking for that footage to drop. But here's where you come in. I want to hear your take. Who do you believe? Is Karlissa a manipulative mother spinning lies to stay relevant? Or the only one brave enough to tell the truth? Is Chrisean really innocent? Or hiding behind tears while sitting on a secret that could ruin everything? And what's really inside that envelope? A flash drive, or something even darker? Drop your theories in the comments below, because the next chapter of this story is about to explode, and when it does, you'll want to say you called it first. Hit like if you've been following since the first feud. Smash subscribe so you don't miss when the truth finally comes out. And turn on those notifications, because the second that video drops, I'll be breaking it down frame by frame. Until then, stay alert, stay skeptical, and remember, in the world of Karlissa and Chrisean, the truth isn't spoken, it's leaked.